What's up everyone and welcome to the video. Today we are going to do some beta testing. We are in the beta server, which is basically your account plus they give you a 5-star Marin Trant and the resources for him. I will say I am excited for this, but at the same token, Zynga, this is a competitive game. A 5-star ceiling is not enough to see full potential. The whales want to see if a 7-star Marin Trant can take hits from the greens. That's at least what I wanted to see. Now, my Marin was 2-star when I did the character review, so a 5-star will certainly help me. However, a level 350 7-star Marin Trant would be what I need to see to test at full power. The other thing is you did not give us skill books, so you need to see him at high skills as well because his skills do get upgraded quite a bit. We need to see his full potential. The other thing that I noticed is that, in my opinion, for a beta testing account, we are limited by our roster. As you can see right here, if I go to the Lannisters, who he should be paired with, I do not have a strong Lannister team except for Joffrey. So it is limited for the beta. For example, you are going to want to use the new Hound with Marin. However, my Hound is only 3 stars, so that is very limiting in that sense as well. So for a beta test, I feel like everyone should be level 350, level 11 skills, be able to test 350s versus 350s. This is a PvP based beta. We're going to go ahead and plow through this. The beginning levels are easier than the end. I only care about the end. I do not care about the other levels. So we're going to go ahead and start with, let's start with Joffrey's lead to get these levels done faster. I am going to use Baelish. So here we go right off the bat, AoE. Joffrey's lead gets things going. And now we're going to use Cersei's move, feed stamina to Marin, and we're going to use Marin to finish off. So we want to see against the greens. Let's see what the second match is, what they're at. They're at, this can't be right, 701. Okay, so we're going to use Marin's skill to start. Then we'll use Cersei to give Marin some more stamina. I like the ability of getting more stamina with Marin, and I feel like Joffrey's lead is pretty useful. The problem with Marin's lead is that when a character is being stunned, it's after they use their skill, which in many cases is going to defeat the purpose of a stun. Let's put a shield on Marin. Let's use the Deceive to get Marin's move back. And there we go. He has nice stamina generation, which I like in his kit. We'll go ahead and finish off with Joffrey. And we'll go to the next level. Okay, now we're against, as we go up in levels, we're facing stronger green teams. And they're at 8 birthright, so they are not at max. They're not at max capacity. Only Aegon has 10 birthright. So we're going to go ahead and match these gems up. And Marin taunts, he's pretty tanky so far, but we have to oh, there he goes. He's down. See, I would like to test a 7-star Marin so that I could see the ability. Let us use Baelish and take out Joffrey. See, I also would like to test with a good Lannister team. The problem is that I'm really having a problem with this beta. Obviously, these greens are pretty strong, but I can't test. It should be level 350s versus level 350s versus level 350s. That's how it should be, in my opinion. This is their first beta, so there is room to grow and ability to change that if need be. But I feel like it's a missed opportunity not being able to test the character out at that capacity. So we're going to die to this team. They are 1101, but they're not starting with 10 birthright. So since this is a PvP based mode, I would have liked to see a 10 birthright start to the greens. That would have been my preference. But we'll beta test this. So right now, I've only been able to get a good idea of Merrin in the beginning phases. Comment below and let me know what you think of Merrin. This is a loss, so we're going to move on to the next one. So that was the greens. Now we're going to do the gold trial, which is against the Boltons. So we're going up against the Boltons. Let's go ahead and use the AoE. The AoE is nice. I do like the AoE. And using Cersei right off the bat feeds, and then Baelish, that's not triggering. Oh, it only happens once per turn. Okay. Never mind. Baelish is supposed to wound, stun, and deceive someone for one turn. We're going on to the higher level of the Boltons. We'll go ahead with the AoE. Again, it is weak against the blue enemies, which is a major flaw in Merrin's kit, as there are a lot of blue characters in the game. So he will suffer from that right off the bat. Merrin has 3 bleed. Let's go ahead and finish off this Ramsey. And we're going off onto... Let's get Merrin going again. He has 0 bleed now, so we're going to go ahead and use his AoE. Again, it's very weak against Walder. And we're going to finish off this match right now. Pretty solid. I would really like to see what a 7-star Merrin can do. Okay, now we're up against a much stronger Bolton team. I don't know why they're giving us these levels if Merrin is not going to be doing much damage against them. That I'm a little... I mean, this is a first beta, but Zynga, I hope you're listening. I really hope you're listening, because in a beta, you should be testing high end. Especially if you want to sell the character at high stars, you need to be able to showcase at good capacity to be able to do things with. So that is a big flaw. This is probably going to be a loss, because this is a team that synergizes well with Merrin, but I don't have the stars. I don't have the levels. So unfortunately, I'm kind of stuck with that. We're going to move on to the next team that we're going to face, which is the food trial, and we are going to face the Starks. Okay, so we're going to face the Starks. Let's get through this one really quickly. As you can see, he has problems against Ned. Ned is the number one used PvP character in the game for PvP. He is the most free-to-play friendly. You get him in the welcome offer. let's see the higher tier Starks, and let's see how we do. So right off the bat, pretty solid damage with the AoE to start. But the problem lies in that he is weak against Ned. So this is going to be a challenging battle, to say the least. If I could use characters that don't have synergy. I could use characters that don't have synergy and would do the trick. Oh, I didn't even use Marin's lead. Let me use Marin's lead in the next match. That way he stuns. We've been using Joffrey's lead all this time. So we're going to go ahead and use Joffrey's move. And I do believe Joffrey's passive and leadership ability should be switched. I do believe that. See, that was a very strong AoE, able to take out Rob, which is super important. And I like his ability to generate stamina. It's pretty strong. But yeah, I don't have the support. So we're going to go ahead and do the last one. And this one will be against a shield team. We're going to go ahead and switch the lead to Marin. And Marin's lead, just so you know, is when an enemy uses their skill, he stuns and wounds them for 1 turn. This will cost 1 coin. We start with 4 coins. So let's begin the stuns. Okay, so no one used their move. No one still used their move. Okay, now he is stunned for 1 turn. I feel like the stun should be 2 turns and more punishing. A 1-turn stun just doesn't feel strong enough, in my opinion. That's how I feel. I feel like a 1-turn stun isn't strong enough. Let's go to the second level, which is pretty much what the 5-star will be able to, this team will be able to handle. Right off the bat, does a good chunk to Stannis. And he's getting hit by Brienne's retaliation for like nothing. So obviously we could see the physical resistance is 30% and fire resistance 30%. Now if we leveled up the skill more, Zynga, we would have been able to see a 50% physical resistance, which would have been nice. We used Cersei's move right there to feed him some stamina on turn 1. So now we have to match some good old tiles again, and he's taking a hit. He's taking quite a bit of a hit. This isn't a very strong team. This team is not a very strong team, so I think he'll be able to stand. He finishes off Stannis. And we'll go right here with Joffrey's move. Go ahead and feed some more stamina to Marin. I like the ability to feed him stamina. I think that was a well-designed move. I keep forgetting that you can only do it once per turn, so I might not even need Cersei on the team if Baelish will be able to... Okay, there's the stun. He gets his stamina. So Sam used his move. Sam got stunned. And Marin got stamina. So we're going to use it. Animations are smooth. I like the animations. They're nice. I like the character design. I think he's pretty good. Okay, he gets his stamina back. And he goes off. So he goes off a lot. We'll do one more just for the sake of it. Okay, he hits. Very weak. I really like to see him at 7-star. I really think that the beta opportunity is nice, but I feel like without testing at high-end PvP, you really can't tell. I mean, he's getting hit with Brienne right there, and he got hit. Let's see how he does. All right, he's taken a beating. Again, I would have liked to see the 50% physical resistance, and I would have liked to see him at 7 stars. I probably said this a million times in this video, but I guess it's better than nothing. He is taking a beating and living, but it's not against the Greens, who I was most curious about and who are the most dominant raid team. Comment below and let me know what you think of Marin and the beta test. Hopefully the beta testing will offer new modes that we will be able to test. Now he goes down. And I'm going to end this video right here. That was the beta testing of Marin Trant. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Unfortunately, I'm not satisfied with the result, being only able to test a 5-star level 250 is not what I am used to. As you can see on my roster, I usually go with 6 and 7 stars, and also the ability to see his skill, as we could see here in the summon for Marin. 50% physical resistance. That's a huge jump over, and then 150% physical attack versus 100% is a big jump as well. I would have liked to tested it at that level. So next time, Zynga, if you do host a beta for a character, please unlock the whole roster at level 350 and also allow the character to be unlocked at 350 with a level 11 skill. I know this is high end, but for whales and people that are interested about the ceiling of the character and how strong they are, I think this is the way to allow beta testing. And it's my feedback. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you guys next time. Take care.